10 fascinating facts. Number one, and I thought I was special, but apparently I share my problem with 40% of the population. 40% in their lifetime. And that doesn't mean they have it all the time. It means it kind of comes and goes, and sometimes it comes quickly and goes quickly and they never have it again. But the people alive now, 3 billion people will have sciatica, pain in their leg, in their lifetime. As opposed to the 80% of back pain sufferers, of which on the planet there's going to be 6.2 billion. That's a big number. This number here, and both these numbers, they're the same. They're connected. They're not independent of each other. They are the same. It's not the same number, but it's the same problem. This number used to be 70%, and it's crept up to 80%. And one of the reasons it's crept up to 80% is because we live in a culture where we're sitting all day long. And sitting overloads your back, loads the discs, and starts to cause a disc problem. We give you tips, and the tips that we give you are on Tuesdays, but the reason we give you the tips is because there are things that you do every day that make your back pain worse. One of them is sitting, and one of our tips is how to sit, but also what you need to do when you sit for too long, stretches and things like that. Number two, most common cause, we've talked about this a lot, so you may already know it, but the most common cause is the herniated disc. Herniated disc is where the disc comes out between the vertebrae and pinches the nerves. And one of the things that we know is sciatica is a pinching of the nerve. Sciatica is the name of the symptom. It's not the cause. The pain down the leg is a pinching of the nerve. The cause is, in this case, the number one cause is the herniated disc. Number two is stenosis. Stenosis is a wear and tear over time, part of the degenerative process. Tends to happen more with people that are a little bit older, because the spine starts to wear out over time. But it can happen when you're younger, depending on if you've had a lot of trauma or not. But the other three reasons are the bulging disc, the degenerated disc, and spondylolisthesis. Those are the main causes. But number one is the herniation, pinching the nerve. Number two, stenosis, opening physically starts to tighten up on the spinal cord. Number three is a degenerated disc. Number four is the bulging disc, kind of like a flat tire. And the last one does happen, and it might be the most severe because it's really causing a shifting of the vertebrae, is what we call the spondylolisthesis. The sciatic nerve, where does it go? It starts in the upper back, starts in the low back, but it comes out and then goes all the way down your leg. It's the longest nerve on your body, and it's the biggest nerve on your body. And we're going to talk in a minute about all the nerves that form the sciatic nerve, because it's technically not one, but when they come together, the thickness of the sciatic nerve as it exits the spine and starts to go down the leg is about this big. Okay? It is the largest nerve on your body and the longest nerve on your body. And because of that, it will start to cause you a lot of trouble. Now, the next slide we call sciatica spaghetti. Partially because I'm hungry. It's dinner time. I got to eat. But there are nerves, a quick anatomy lesson. Head, hips, 24 vertebrae. Inside the spine is the spinal cord. Spinal cord starts up here and works its way all the way down to the bottom. And in between each vertebrae, there is a nerve that exits directly off of the spinal cord. So these nerves exit off the spinal cord and they go to different parts of the body. Now the nerves in the low back go down the legs. And the sciatic nerve is made up of 5 different nerves. It's not one nerve, it's 5 different nerves. Kind of looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These lower ones are not the sciatic nerve, but these 5 are the sciatic nerve. And the sciatic nerve comes out of this vertebrae, and this vertebrae. And then there are 2 other ones that come out below that. Okay? So these nerves will get pinched. And these nerves, as they get pinched, will start to cause you pain. But they come out of this portion of the spine and they form into one very large nerve, which is what this is right here. And this is important because the next 3 facts are about the spaghetti. Because it's not always one nerve that's pinched, sometimes it's multiple nerves that are pinched, but each nerve is responsible for a different type of symptom. So what does that mean? It means that because there are so many nerves, and nerves control all sensation and motion, that very often when a specific nerve is pinched, you'll get a specific type of symptom. But depending on which part of that nerve is pinched, you might get different symptoms. I know it's a little bit confusing, but some of the symptoms you might get are a stabbing pain. A lot of times people say it feels like someone's stabbing me in my glutes or down my leg. Or you'll get a sharp pain, where you get a sharp pain, or sometimes you get a shooting pain, where the pain shoots down your legs. You'll get numbness, because nerves tell the brain what's going on, and if the nerve is being pinched, it doesn't give any information to the brain, so it feels like the leg is numb. So you get numbness. You get tingling. You get a tingling sensation. Sometimes patients say to me, it feels like there's bugs crawling on my leg. That's kind of the tingling sensation. Sometimes you get a dull ache, like a toothache. Pain, a dull ache in the leg. Sometimes you get burning. We had one patient who said, it just feels like my feet are on fire. I feel like I'm burning on my feet. Okay? Didn't have traditional pain that went down the leg, just had burning in his feet. Well, the low back, he had pinched nerves on both sides, causing his feet to feel like they're burning. Muscle weakness. These are all the symptoms that you get from sciatica. So it's not just one, it can be all of them. And where does it occur? It typically occurs anywhere between the low back and the foot. Just like I said before, we had some patients that say, the pain goes all the way down my leg. Sometimes it goes just to my knees. Sometimes it's just the bottom part. Sometimes it's just my feet. It travels along those nerves. And wherever those nerves go are typically where you start to have sensation. And you can have different sensations in different parts of the leg. Goes back to the spaghetti. Get all those nerves coming out, forming into one nerve. Well, depending on which nerve is being pinched and where it's being pinched, because you can have 2 nerves in your spine or 3 nerves that are being pinched as a result of the herniated disc. And if the herniated disc is being pinched, you can have 3 different areas. And sometimes you can have it on one side. Sometimes you can have it on both sides, or the other side. Okay, so you can have one that's a little bit higher than the other, herniated right, one's herniated left. And you can have a lot of different symptoms. So it gets to be, it's not confusing, because really it's the change in sensation in the leg. So you just have to be aware of that, but it'll follow the nerve. And you can get burning in the foot, but you can also get a stabbing in the leg, and sometimes you get a shooting pain that goes down the leg. So there's a lot of different things that can all happen at the same time. These are fascinating facts. Fascinating fact number 8 is that you can get it in both your legs. How does it happen where you get it in both your legs? Well, we had one patient, and we've done a story on her. Her story was that the surgeon wanted to do surgery, and she was waiting around to get surgery, and she came in to see us, and she got better and never needed the surgery. That is, will herniated discs go away, or yes, herniated discs go away. That's her story. But in her case, she had a herniated disc on both sides of the disc. So the left side was herniated and the right side was herniated, and it was causing pain in her left leg and her right leg. And this is what it looks like. It was a big herniation. Here's our herniation. Should be smooth like this. Hers looked like this. Okay, herniated both sides, had pain in both her legs. It's not just one leg, it can be both. Fascinating fact number 9, and this is the one you want to be aware of, because this is where you get in trouble. 30% of all people that have sciatica will end up having it after 1 year, and 10% of those will end up having surgery. That's an interesting fact. You need to be aware of that one, because if you're on that path, that could be trouble. Here's what's, in the surgery, number 1 surgery of choice is the fusion. It's the most intense, it's the most invasive, and it's the least successful. Okay, one of the stats are that 50% of the people that have surgery and or physical therapy, because they found out they were the same, at the end of their procedure, they weren't any better. That's a pretty high number. Considering 10% have the surgery, only half of them get better. That's 5% that the pain doesn't go away. Okay? But here's what you need to know. And this is the most important fact of all of them. This is the most important fact. The Illinois Back Institute protocol for treating sciatica. We just had a medical journal publish our research that identified our program as the best for these conditions. Okay? We compared it to physical therapy. We're going to be doing another study where we compare it to surgery, but we compared this one to physical therapy, and we were 10 times better. We're more effective at eliminating the problem. So these people here that went through the program, not our program, but the physical therapy and or surgery and didn't get better, we can help you. That's the fascinating fact. These are all great facts. I found it fascinating. But what you need to know is we're here to help you. We treat the disc, And by treating the disc, sciatica goes away. Also by treating the disc, all the other problems start to go away. So, if you like what you hear, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay? We want you to subscribe to our channels because we want to make a difference. What we do is different. Quite frankly, it's better, and we can help. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on this one here, the purple one with the finger on it. That's Instagram. I know, it's Instagram. And the Twitter. Okay, I know it's Twitter. They told me it's not the Twitter. I learned it's Twitter. So follow us. We're here to help you. We want to change the world. We need your help. We can't do this by ourselves because we have something that's good and we want people to know about it. So we need your help. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my fascinating facts. Even I found them fascinating. See you soon. We'll see you tomorrow. Although I have to go to one of the clinics all day, so I don't know. But I'll try to do a live tomorrow night and maybe one tomorrow at 12:30. That's it. I'm out. Have a good night. Be careful. Be safe. Wear your seatbelt and turn the cameras off because they're still rolling.